Heather here.
Hi, Deborah.
And we are all Tangled Up Utah, and we are going to talk about some knitting.
Finally.
Crocheting. Yarn that we may have purchased.
Or died.
Or died. Perfect. So last time just to remind everybody, last time we got together, my finished project was my black sweater, the
sweater.
Large cables on it, and my first pair of socks, the self-striping sport weight socks, sock yarn that I bought from Deborah.
Yep.
And you had finished
my sweater, my pipit sweater.
Yeah, the light blue. That, man, I watched that again, and I'm like, I think I need to make that.
I love that sweater, and it was so much fun to make. And when I said, I was like, I need to make another one of those.
Yeah, and your Christmas socks.
And my Christmas socks, yeah.
Your big, long Christmas socks.
And they still need to be the Kitchener stitched. They're in my, I know. And the ends woven in.
3 years from now, she'll have.
I'm wearing them this year.
Okay, there you go. Motivation. You've got a little time. You got a little time to do that. So, considering it's been 7 months, I feel like I should have more finished projects
than
I do.
Me and you.
But in both of our defense, we moved.
We were busy.
I started a new business. So, what's your first finished object?
Well, I did make something that I don't have anymore, but I made a bunch of washcloths that I was going to give to all of my neighbors for Christmas presents.
Yeah.
And then we moved. So I did give them all to them, and I made cute little cards that said, what'd they say? It said, wash your hands, don't touch your face, stay safe.
Oh,
it was
cute.
Really cute.
Very
it was really cute. So I took those all to the neighbors as I'm like at 10 o'clock at night running, trying to pack and get out the door. So yeah, I spent a lot of time making those washcloths because I just, with the whole COVID thing back when everything was so, we weren't used to it yet.
Yeah.
And it was scary, and it's still scary.
The unknown. It's still
scary.
You know what to do to keep yourself safe.
Right.
But before there were so many unknowns.
Yeah, people were hoarding toilet paper.
Oh my God.
And it was just insane.
I bought Clorox wipes for the first time this week.
I know.
I was like, what?
And
there was like 6 containers of the pull. I was like,
that's how
take
it was.
my 2. I was like, it's the first time. And then I bought toilet paper maybe a month ago for the first time that I could at Costco.
Oh, wow. Yeah, mine was the Lysol. When I walked in, there's a whole rack of Lysol, and I was just like, "What is happening?" Yeah. But back at that time, I just didn't have the brain space to do anything more than washcloths. It's all I wanted to do because it was so mindless. So, yeah, I did. So I got all those done. I was knitting that dress that I was going to wear to the concert. And oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It was turning out so perfect. It's up to here. I need to separate for the sleeves.
Okay.
It's packed. But the concert got canceled. Yeah. And so at that point I was like, well, I don't have the brain power because I designed it myself to figure this out right now, so I put it away. Well, I haven't pulled it back out because during the time that I was so sick, I lost 20 pounds.
Oh.
It's going to be everything in my closet is huge on me. I'm having the hardest time. So I'm not ready to, I know me, I'm going to try it and I like it so much I'm going to end up ripping it all the way back.
Oh my gosh, no.
Well, what am I going to do?
Put a belt on it. I can't. Like, the anxiety level that just skyrocketed in me at the thought of ripping all that out.
You know what? I love knitting, and it was just mindless knitting. So I wanted to make a shawl that was big and cozy. So I was on Instagram, and just when I've been searching all over for a pattern, this one popped up. I was so excited, so I jumped right on it. It's called the Campfire Cozy, and of course I didn't get the info on who designed it or anything. But I
can put it in the bottom.
But it is huge.
It's ginormous.
It is ginormous.
Oops. Are we showing the front or the
Nope,
back?
this is right. This is right. Oh my gosh, look at this. You just can't even see the whole thing, okay?
It's so big.
It is huge.
But it's beautiful.
Thank you. I love it. It doesn't fall off because it's huge. It's almost too big. It drags on the floor. The ends drag on the floor, but I can tie it.
You tie it or throw it over a shoulder.
Yeah. And I wanted it for something I didn't mention in the whole what's been happening with us over the last 8 months is my husband and I bought a camp trailer. And when we would, I wanted something for camping. So when I sat by the fire, I could just wrap it around me. So this was it. And I love it.
You might be cautious with that.
Oh, yeah, around the fire?
Yeah.
Did you see what happened to me at my first camping trip? Yeah, burned my whole leg up because I touched it on the fire. Oh, my
God, I forgot about that. See, there's been a lot more stuff that's gone on in the last 7 months. But if we go through all the details, we'll be here for 7 months.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And what'd you make this out? Is this the Encore?
Oh, this is just some, Encore tweed that I had left from when I sold my shop, or closed my shop. And,
I like that.
Yeah. I found a drop
yarn.
switch.
Tweed yarn, to me, just makes me think fall for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just don't know, something about tweed yarn. I'm just like, oh, it's fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you should say when I blocked it, it took the entire length of the bedroom.
Probably would have taken my whole apartment that I used to live in.
But it's been, I've used it a lot. It's always like available, sitting on the couch or something, and it's just right there. That's nice. Yeah.
That's nice and cozy.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I just love it. What do you got?
My first finished project is my Susan Joy shawl, which was a whip last time we were podcasting.
That is pretty.
So from here all the way over.
And these are drop stitches, right?
Yes.
I love that.
They are drop stitches. It is a pattern by Andee Kafkin. Oh my gosh, it's the other sister from Arrow Acres. And and so
I remember now.
It's made out of Chelsea yarns, which that was so sad. That happened in the last 7 months too.
Oh my gosh.
Closing the doors, which I totally understand, why she did it, and she still has the business online. But I'm so glad I got to go there.
I'm so glad you did too, because I got my yarn from there that you brought me, and my pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad you got to go there.
So from Chelsea Yarns, the Cobblestone and the Mohair in semi-precious colorway. And it is very cozy, very soft, and I might just wear it because it's getting a little chilly here. Yeah. So that's one thing I finished. What else do you have that
I finished?
Yeah, do you have anything else?
Oh, I have my socks. How am I going to show my socks?
You're going to have to put your leg up in the air like you did before, but you got it screwed on this time.
Yeah. How can I?
You can drape your...
There's my socks.
Her Halloween socks.
Yeah. This is yarn that I dyed myself. I did a contrasting heel, toe, and cuff with a yarn with some stellina in it, so it's kind of sparkly. And they were so much fun to make. And I started these the day that we closed on our house September 30th, and we brought a load down October 1st. And I started them in the car on October 1st. So, yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
They took me a while because, unpacking.
Well, I mean, but
yeah, they're fun.
That's quicker than me.
Oh, and
they've got quite some length to them.
Yeah, they're not as long as my Christmas socks. I wish they were. I wish I had made them a little bit longer, but that's okay. I have enough yarn left over to make a shorty pair, and I think I might have one more. I think I dyed 2 skeins of this. So
fun.
So, yeah, they're fun. I I really want to get back into dyeing yarn now that I'm retired. I've got some ideas for some fun different things, and we'll see. We'll see. Right now, I still got to finish unpacking boxes.
Yeah, it'll
come together.
Slowly. It comes together slowly.
Yeah. Well, it would help if I didn't, I got the kitchen all set up and then I had to redo it. But, I spent
and then she redid it.
Just the spice cupboard. I spent like a couple of hours organizing my spices. And I thought,
if you knew how much time I spent on my glassware cabinet, you would probably be like, seriously, Heather? Yeah. So I get it.
I
get it.
Well, I don't think that before I retired I would have ever done anything like that.
Yeah.
But I have them all in a drawer now, and I can see them, and I can't believe how many bottles of the same thing that I had, because I could never see them.
Right.
So it actually worked out well.
Yeah.
I'll never have to buy I won't have to buy
It'll be a while.
for a long time. Yeah.
It'll be a while. Yeah. So, my next... You don't have anything else?
I'm trying to think that I did.
We made some cotton, some washcloths for Severine.
Yep.
Last week.
I made, that's right, I made those.
Yeah.
And I made some project bags for some special orders that I've sent off. But yeah, that's...
So, I finished another pair of socks. And in the process, I've discovered that either I'm the odd one with rounded toes, or else I'm just attracted to people who have pointy feet. So I finished my Dalekanium socks, and these were for my best friend Laura from Chicago, who now lives in Parowan. I was all excited. I worked on them because I really started pushing. Once I was like, after I moved and got, construction and everything at night, I was like, okay, I got to work on Laura's socks because she's going to be here around the 4th of July. So I'm pushing and pushing to get these things done, and I think I finished one of them, because I work on them, concurrently, like you taught me to. And so I finished one, and I'm so excited. And I went over to their house for dinner or something, and I have her try it on, and there is like all this gap in extra fabric on one side of, and I'm like, you have elf feet, like Deborah.
Oh my gosh.
They fit me perfectly. Nice rounded toe. They fit great. So these are now my socks. And I'll show you my whip on Laura's socks. But yes. So these have actually, I've washed these in the washing machine.
Nice.
And I think that they look like they went through the washing machine.
Just don't put them in the dryer.
I did that too.
I don't put mine in the dryer anymore. Because I felt a pair of socks, so I put them in.
Well, these are a little big. I'm still figuring out, or I'm in the process, figuring out what's. They're not like saggy, but there's not really negative ease.
Right.
So I'm figuring out what size.
I like a lot of negative ease in my socks.
So I made these once I learned that they didn't fit Laura's foot. I made them shorties so that I had enough yarn to then make her a pair, because this was the yarn she picked out, so I didn't want to be like, anyway, so that's it. I finished a pair of socks, and I bought myself some sock blockers. So another project that I did, I bought yarn from your shop when it was closing to make a blanket, which, oh my gosh, that was one of the devastating things with my move. I lost my crocheted blanket that I used to use when I'd sit in my chair all the time. It got lost at the move. I think that the people who loaded my truck used it to stuff in a gap, and I had known about other blankets that they had used, but they didn't say anything about that one specifically. So I didn't go through the U-Haul blankets when I returned the truck, and I have a feeling that it was in there. It's really sad. It was really hard.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I had bought a yarn to make a blanket that would go with my bedroom colors. And Laura was talking to me, and this is, you know, through COVID and in the spring and everything like that. She wanted to make a blanket for her son Creed because he was going to be, or is now, attending the University of Utah for his freshman year of college. And their colors are red, white, and black. And she wanted to make a blanket. So she was searching and looking, going to stores, looking online and she really wanted a yarn that had all the 3 colors in it. And
That's hard to find.
yeah, trust me, it was hard to find. So I finally just sat down one day and pulled out the yarn that I had bought from you and started to play around. And it was also after that Knit Picks catalog where we saw the blanket that had the marled square,
that, yeah.
and then the solid square and the marled square.
I still want to do that. Orange and white.
And so I started playing around, and I was playing around with some ideas. And so what I did was I worked with 3 colors and worked up an example for her. So got her started like 2 days after she moved here. I got her started on it. I had ordered all the yarn for her and had it shipped to me because she didn't want it to ship to Chicago in case it got delayed, you know, and she would have missed it with moving. And so anyway, she made a blanket. So then based off of that, I went ahead and I'm like, well, I already thought about all this. Why don't I go ahead and make one? So this is my blanket.
Oh, I love it.
And it is 4 colors. It's chocolate brown, then a light blue, cream or white to gray, and then gray to brown. And so I held it 2 strands at a time. And so that way then I could drop the one like we had talked about with the Knit Picks magazine and pick up one of the colors. And so then I got the marled section to solid to marled to solid to marled. And I mean, in hindsight, I kind of looked at other patterns for cast-on measurements, and I don't know if it's just that I crochet so freaking tight that I wish it was a little wider, but you know, it was always meant to be just a lap blanket for myself. And then I just put a little border on it.
It's turned out so cute.
So this is perfect. I should actually sit here with
I love this time of year for blanket.
I know.
This is the best time to be working on a blanket.
So this I just totally made up. I mean, it was inspired by trying to come up with an idea of, and Laura basically did this with 3 colors, with red, white, and black, and then put a border on it. And and she's just recently finished it. She was actually going to have me deliver it last weekend to Creed at school, but unfortunately, schedule-wise, I just wasn't able to go and meet up with him. But he'll have to wait. He'll get it in about a month.
He'll be coming for Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, and the university then will be done until January.
That's right.
They're not having.
That's right.
They're going to do their finals online, so that way they're not having kids traveling, coming back to campus, and then
that makes sense.
Yeah, to hopefully reduce COVID cases. So
anyway, out of control.
Oh, it is. You got that emergency alarm yesterday?
Yeah, I was out for my walk when I got it, and I was thinking, man, that would have been so weird to be like in a store, like a grocery store,
and have everybody's phone
at work, and have everybody's phone go off like that. It was it was scary enough when you're by yourself, but to have everyone's go off. It's so funny because my daughter calls me, we got an emergency alert, and I'm like, yes, we all got it. I got it too.
The whole state.
Yeah.
Got it. But I did look up, and what's nice is that our county is still in the moderate.
Well, and
so come on, Iron County, let's stay there. Let's not get to the high.
Yeah, we have I looked up yesterday to see how many cases overall we had and to see what the population is and to see how concerned. And I was supposed to start yoga today, which I have been, there's a yoga studio around the corner from our house, and I've just been so excited about it. And my husband last night, Ron kept saying, you know, every couple hours, he's like, so are you going to yoga tomorrow? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm kind of planning on it. And then he's like, are you going to yoga? And this morning, he's like, so are you going to yoga today? And I'm like, oh, I know he doesn't want me to.
Yeah.
I know he's worried about it. And so I sent her a text and said, yeah, I think I'm going to pass right now. But she was so sweet. She even called me personally.
Oh,
and
nice.
to talk to me about it. And she said, I will let you know if there's a class that not a lot of people come to, or a class that everyone is really good about wearing a mask.
Right.
So,
oh, well, that's
it'll
good.
be there.
That's nice.
It'll be there.
It'll
Anyway.
be there, yeah, eventually. So, those were my finished objects. The blanket, the shawl, and the pair of socks.
Wow, you did a lot, really.
I did.
That's a lot.
And I worked on, which I guess we'll get to that in a minute, but I would like to take a moment to tell you all that for the very first time, I entered some of my knitting into the county fair.
How fun.
I submitted my socks that I had finished, my shorties, and I had submitted on the Spice Market shawl, if you guys recall. That's just a little memory. I got blue ribbons!
That was so fun.
Oh, I got first place.
So
I was so excited. I was so excited when I first saw it. And then I started to look around and I was like, there's still quite a few blue ribbons. There's quite a lot of blue ribbons. And I'm like, okay, but I'm like,
yeah.
I got a blue ribbon. And of course, then Laura pointed out when we went to the county fair, she was like, there's a lot, everybody. So Laura's going to test it next year. And she's going to enter something. And if she gets a blue ribbon, then it's pretty much one of those scenarios that everybody gets a sticker.
Everybody gets a trophy.
Yes, everybody gets a trophy.
I'm going to enter something too. Because I have to, because now I live here.
I know.
I have to enter something.
So yeah, I was excited. It was just fun to participate and to jump into like something, being in a new place, in a new area. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. It's awesome.
I was excited.
Yeah, I think that's way cool. That is way cool. I'd be very proud if I were you.
Oh,
You've
gosh.
earned those blue ribbons.
So what are you working on?
What am I working? Oh, gosh. I don't have a lot. So I started a blanket for my granddaughter. She's so funny. She has a blanket that she just loves, and this thing it was pink and white. It is now the dirty pink and gray. It's horrible. It's awful. And it's out of a horrible, awful yarn. But she loves that blanket. So I'm trying to convince her that she needs a new one. I don't know if it's going to go over very well. But so I started, I made that one for Ron that's in the granny stripe.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it turned out really good. So she's going to be 8. And so she likes really bright, sparkly unicorn stuff. So this is hers.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that cute? And
so pretty.
Most of these yarns on here I dyed. There's a couple I bought from a set from Yarn Cafe Creations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Christy. I bought a couple mini skeins from her, but for the most part, these are all ones that I dyed. A couple were sock blanks. I have this whole bag.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, and I think those
Flip it around so they can see the other side too.
I think I dyed almost all these.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know if this is going to be enough to finish it or not. I might have to pull my stuff out and dye a couple more. This one right here, I dyed with avocado pits. This Dusty Rose one. I thought it was kind of cool. I like those muted colors. But it's been fun. One of the things that I've got more in here even. One of the things that I found though with doing these blankets is I don't like to do, like I've seen a lot of them where somebody will do the whole skein and do like 3 rows of the same color before they move on to another color. And I just think they look so pretty when every row is a different color.
That's a lot of ends.
It's a lot of ends. And it's not the weaving in part that's the problem. So on Ron's, they start poking out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I'm cutting them off, and you kind of get worried about how far you can cut them off.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy making these blankets. Like, I really enjoy making these blankets and dyeing the yarns. And I want to make one for several people.
That's a lot of work.
Well, what?
And expense.
Yeah, they're expensive because it's sock yarn.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try for my next one, I'm going to figure out how big I want it, how much each line, how much it takes to do a line, and I am going to dye a skein of yarn in all those different colors. So it'll be like, I think it's like 5 ounces for a row. So I'll take 5 ounces and dye it in a color. I'll take another 5, and I will probably do 2 skeins at a time together, just to make, you know. And then, so there'll be no ends. It'll just be a continuous skein. And you might get to the end and have a couple of stitches out of the next color on bottom or top, but they'll still be, every row will be a different color.
Right.
And then I can match, you know, I do try to put colors that complement each other next to each other. I don't worry about what's down below it. I just worry, you know, 3 down. I don't care.
Oh, I see some of them have sparkle in them.
Yes, there is some sparkles in there, especially for Emma. I had to do some sparkles. But yeah, I just look at the row below and I think, ooh, this color looks next to that, pretty next to that color. So I'll do the same thing when I dye it. I don't know, it'll kind of be fun. Nice. We'll see if it works.
Oh, I think it would be interesting.
And then there won't be ends.
Yes. Oh.
And you know how much faster you can get it done?
Do you know that what got the ends woven in on the Spice Market was submitting it to the...
I know, I hate ends. Yeah. And so on
you
this
blocked
one,
it, and you were supposed to do those last few ends, and
I
then
did.
you didn't.
I did some of them. I'm not doing them all.
And then anyway.
I've tried to keep on some of them. I wove in some of them. I've left longer ones on the ends. I thought if I go around and do the border over the top of them and weave them in, maybe they won't poke out as much. Yeah. But you can't do it on every end. The other thing, I mean, if it was going the other direction, you could actually leave them and have fringe. Right. But you don't want fringe. I don't want fringe down the sides. Yeah. So it would kind of be cute with fringe though, because you could tie them all together and have like a fringe. A fringe, like not like a pom-pom kind of little thing. I never thought of that.
Tassel.
Thank you. I am looking tassel.
That was the word you were looking for.
So to have little multicolored tassels. Okay, now I'm having another thought. Obviously not on this one. But.
Yeah, but something that possibly in the future. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. So this one, I'm only doing. I'm not doing a lot for Christmas gifts this year.
Oh, I haven't even thought about it.
I'm doing. This is for Emma. And then I'm gonna the horse. I'm trying to finish the horse. I'm gonna finish for Christmas, her birthday. For Christmas, her birthday.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
maybe we should take bets.
Yeah, I really would like to get, because you know what? She did tell me the last time she came and stayed with us right before we moved, and she did tell me that she wanted me to make her a blanket and a horse. I know, and I'm like, well, that was perfect.
Creepy.
Yeah, little
creepy.
Crazy. Yeah.
So one of the things that I talked a lot about right before our last podcast and leading into it was Fair Isle. I really, really wanted to do a Fair Isle sweater.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me with it. That's beautiful. Oh, Heather, that
Isn't
is
it nice?
So pretty. I am so envious. I have done very little Fair Isle. I'm not comfortable with it. I've tried.
I'll work with you. So
but you hold your yarn differently than me.
Yes, hold two-handed.
See, and continental people hold both in one.
No, you need to learn to do, but it'll be so much easier.
You think I should? Because I was watching a video this morning and she had them both in one hand.
Yep.
You think I should do it the other way?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that is so pretty.
So this is the orange and the cream gray color is Lopi.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, I could see it in my head, and I just couldn't get it out. Lopi,
Which is a great yarn
that
for
I bought at Salt Lake,
stitches.
Salt Lake City Stitches, and then the blue was yarn that I had bought from your shop, the Homestead by Plymouth.
Yep.
Plymouth made it, and this also happens to be Florida Gator colors.
Oh, yes, it is, isn't it? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, oh, I knew it.
That's awesome.
So I just recently, maybe last night or the night before, maybe last night, started the ribbing on the bottom. So I have to just do 6 centimeters of ribbing on the bottom, and then I can go back to the sleeves and pick up the sleeves and do the sleeves. And the sleeves continue this pattern down the arm, and then it goes into solid blue. Like,
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
this part, fabulous. Absolutely loved it. And this wasn't too bad. I mean, it's just not as much fun as, working with
Right.
the colors and everything. But this has actually sat for months. I just recently, since we got that, yes, I haven't touched it. Since we got that snow, was that last weekend? Yeah, it was last weekend. Because I came back, I came back. I came back early from Heber because of that storm.
That's right.
And because of that cold, I was like,
you
oh,
want
I
your
wanted
sweater.
to work. I wanted to work, and I wanted to hold this, I wanted the warmth.
That's
and
why
so
I
I
wanted
picked,
the blanket.
I picked it up. I was
it's
in the body. I think I had just finished all the increases. Yeah, increases down the side, and then I had to just, go until I had the length. And so anyway, I should finish that ribbing today, and then I can pick up the sleeves.
So when you were learning how to do the Fair Isle with two-handed like that, did you watch videos? Or
I took that class.
Oh, that's right. You took the class.
I took the class at Stitches.
That's right. You did. Because my next project, I want to start now, like today.
Well,
and I was going to do 2. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Are you done talking?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, with this one, yeah, that's...
I think I already... Maybe not.
So I guess this was technically the front. I was showing you the back, but it
so
doesn't
pretty.
matter because I have the marker.
It's really pretty, Heather. I am so
so excited. I'm so excited to have it. It's going to be a wonderful...
Yes.
And it may very well be in the fair next year.
There you go. I think it should be. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, Heather. I'm so impressed. So I want to make the Selbu mittens. This is a Skein Deer Knits pattern.
Didn't you start those?
I did, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I took it all out because I could not.
Yes.
I was struggling.
You were struggling, yep.
And I think you said they looked really small.
Yes, that's right. There was like the circumference wouldn't go around my thumb.
Yeah,
I mean,
have you seen my...
I know you have tiny wrists, but you have to get it over this part of your hand.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, for the mitten. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and
Okay.
that's why I was like, I think that's too small. It's not going to fit you.
Well, I decided that when so
Excuse
I've
me.
been following. Oh my gosh, who is it that did the mitten class, and now she's doing the
Tracy.
No. Well, yeah. Tracy didn't
From the Golden
Right,
Girls. From the Grocery Girls.
We know you're not that old. So.
Is that who you were talking about? That
Well,
you
she
saw?
participated in that.
She participated in
that
the class for.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I started following the hashtag. And so it's all over in my feed every day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're killing me. And so now they're doing the socks.
Yeah.
And they've been doing
And Tori's
swatching.
doing those slippers.
Oh my
right
gosh,
now.
those slippers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
This
sorry, keep interrupting.
Norwegian knitting is just
Beautiful.
absolutely
that's why.
beautiful. Beautiful. So I keep seeing all their swatches because they make little rug mats out of the swatches. So I'm like, I never swatch ever. I never check gauge.
But now I can put my coffee mug on.
Yeah.
I can swatch.
And so I decided I might as well go ahead and swatch.
Right.
Because first of all, I don't know how to do stranded knitting. I've done very little, and
be practice before
it'll be great practice.
Actually dive into
I
it.
was thinking, oh, it'll be fine. I'll just jump in there.
Yeah.
But I need to. So it's not. I need to figure out how to do it two-handed. Then, if you think I should do it that way or
Yes,
whatever.
you should.
Okay.
It'll be so
And
much
do a
easier.
swatch.
Yeah.
In the round, because I think that's what they did. They did it in the round, and then they cut it. Yeah, they did because it has little fringes.
No, I don't think they cut it.
Yeah.
I think they cut it at the end of each row.
No,
Because you're.
they did it.
Oh,
they
okay.
sticked
Yeah.
They
I
sticked it.
gotcha.
Yeah.
And they just had long floats
floats
that
in the
they
back.
cut. Yes.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Because trying to do
You won't get
stranded,
this in swatching going back and forth.
You won't
wouldn't
get
be the same as going
plus,
around. Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's
To purl
really
and-
hard to do Fair Isle back and forth.
And to have to purl, and it's hard.
Yeah. So anyway, that's so on our next podcast, I hopefully will have some
Mittens
mittens
started.
to show. Now that I'm retired, I walk my dog every day, and
You need
I'm
mittens.
wearing all my knitwear. You should see me the other day. I looked hilarious. Nothing matched, but I was warm.
That's funny.
Well, sounds like our battery's dying, or it appears our battery is dying.
Yeah.
It sounds like so.
Is
And we're losing our son.
Yeah.
And and the charger. Okay, I got it, Heather. I'm not that stupid. I am, but I
Dakota? No.
I will, if I have to, I'll rip it out. Honestly, they rescheduled.
You two,
Stop.
quiet. Leave the doggy alone.
No.
Quiet.
I said stop. I love myself. I can't talk. You can talk just fine, can't you?